Good morning, good morning. It's Monday, which means it's Moho Monday with Erica from Me Too Paper Crafts. How is everyone this morning? I hope you had a nice weekend. Let's just see who's joining us this morning. I think I have somebody watching already. Please leave a comment and let me know how you are and who you are if you're new to me. So for the past year, I've been doing these Moho Mondays, which means that I take a card sketch that I find on the internet and I interpret the sketch and make something from it using our fantastic stamps and dies and punches and ribbons and papers. And yeah, we've just got some beautiful stuff here at Stampin' Up. So today's card sketch features an oval. Now, we did carry ovals last year, but they did retire, sadly. And so when you look at a card sketch, if there's anything there that you don't have, then you can alternate with something else. So instead of doing an oval, I am going to do circles. Now, if you have the ovals dies still, then you can please do use them. Our collections include both a straight cut edge and a scalloped edge. So I'm going to be using the circles today just to show how you can change things up. Barbara's here with us this morning. Good morning. Okay, so let's get started. I am going to do a portrait card, but I'm going to do 4 1/4 by 11, and I'm going to score this in half so that we can have a card. This looks a bit wider than 4 1/4. No, it's 4 1/4. So I'm going to just score this at 5 1/2. So this is our beautiful evening evergreen cardstock. And I should let you know the stamp set I'm using today. This stamp set is called Eden's Garden. This came out as a prequel to the catalog coming out in January. So there is an opportunity. I think it might still be available right now for you to order. I'm not 100% sure, but it will definitely be coming out in the new spring mini. So I've been doing a lot of cards with this and just playing around with it. So it is a suite of products. So you get the stamp set and you get, let me just pull apart my magnetic sheets here. You get a set of dies that go with it too. So you get this beautiful border die. And then you get this gorgeous sort of rectangular wreath shape. There's another wreath shape inside, and then there's this lovely little leaf thing that you can cut out. And there is this piece here, which could be used as a banner. But I'm going to build a circle over this because I thought I would use this banner for this gray piece here. I'm going to use this as a banner, and then I'm going to put a circle on top of it. Okay, so that's how fantastic these dies are. They're just really, really versatile. And then the suite comes with this glorious designer series paper. Let me just pull this out to show you. And I've also got here some other products that coordinate with it. So I'll show you the papers here. I'm not sure if I have them all here with me. Yes, here we go. Here we go. I just cut one. Yeah, here we go. So this one I just cut a strip from it. So it's got some beautiful green leaves. Now the two greens in here is Evening Evergreen and Soft Succulent, and then there's some gold accents in all the papers. And this back piece is an ombre color, so it goes from a dark green to a light green throughout the whole paper. So that's one of the papers. And then here's another sheet. And this is the back of it. The backs are all beautiful, neutral background papers, which are great. Then you've got this lovely gold foiled one on that dark evening evergreen color. And then this is the back for that. So this you could use for Christmas cards because it kind of looks like bough branches with some snowflakes in the background. This is one of my favorites. This is just beautiful with the two different greens and then the gold. And then here's the back. I love this one as a background. And then this is an absolutely stunning one too. Beautiful leaves. And then there's the background for that one. And then there's this one. It's just stunning paper. And I love green. It's one of my favorite colors. So it spoke to me for sure. Okay, and because there's gold in here, then we have a pack of gold brushed metallic 12 by 12 foils. And they come with 3 different shades of gold in them. So these are the 2 golds that I thought would coordinate really nicely with these papers as well. So these work out really well. And then the cardstock colors that are in this, same as the inks, is the soft succulent. Nope, that's not soft succulent. Sorry, I've got these labeled wrong. This is evening evergreen, and then this is soft succulent. So I put the item numbers down here if you wanted to make note of that, if you haven't yet picked up this gorgeous paper, which would coordinate with this set beautifully. These are the numbers. And then we also have what comes in the suite is this beautiful, it's tissue paper basically, and you could use this tissue paper. You could make a beautiful bag out of these papers and then stuff the bag with this as tissue paper. Or another technique is to wrinkle it up and glue it down on a card. I will show you some of the other samples that I've made with this beautiful suite. And just to let you know, this comes in the 2 colors, this paper. It comes in the soft succulent as well. I have it right here to show you. Okay, so this paper rips really nicely as well, so you could do strips of paper on your card. We also have this gold shimmer paper that you could pick up. It's 12 by 12 and it's called Gold Shimmer Vellum. And there's the item number for that. And then we also have a pack of other shimmer papers. These are the in-color shimmer papers, and I've only brought out the 2 greens. So again, you've got that evening evergreen and the soft succulent. And then our in-colors also include a pink and a mauve and a kind of a tangerine color. Hey, good morning, Carol. Nice for you to join me this morning. Yeah, so there's these beautiful shimmer papers that you can pick up. So there's lots of other coordinating products that you can use with this suite. And then here are the stamps. Right now, I'm really enjoying this sentiment sending hugs, because we're not hugging in person much unless they're, you know, in your direct circle. So then there's this dear friend, how are you? Hello there. It's always nice just to send a hello card. And my heart is tied to yours. Tug if you need anything. That's kind of cool. If somebody's not feeling very well, you can send them that card. Okay, so let's get started. So I'm going to be doing some cutting and some embossing. Are either of you crafting this morning? So what I'm doing here is I'm going to fold my cardstock and burnish my fold. So I had a very busy weekend. Saturday and Sunday I was doing online events. There were 2 online events going on at the same time on Saturday. Stampin' Up! Canada had an all-day event with lots of projects, and luckily they recorded everything because I didn't get a chance to see any of them on Saturday, because then my team lead, she had an event for a couple of hours, and that was a lot of fun. And then on Sunday we had our stamp camp, the Silver Sisters Stamp Camp. So that was a lot of fun. Okay, now I decided to, this piece here, I have decided to emboss. So I pulled out one of our new embossing folders called Time Worn. So I'm going to emboss that. To start with. This embossing folder is very interesting because there is some script in here. It's almost like it's an aged book page. It's been crinkled or it got wet and it's left some, I don't know if you can see that very well on the camera, but it's kind of a cool embossing folder. It's a good neutral one. It's non-specific. Okay, so I'm going to do that. And then I decided to do this piece here is cut at 3.5 by 3.5 inches. So I think I'm going to do that for the background. And then I'm going to cut this. Wait till you see this cut out. This is really, really a neat die. So let me just pull out my tool here so I can poke it out. Okay, so now what I want you to pay attention to here is that, let's get a white background here, is that there's a couple of these leaves and you poke out the middles, okay? Now, what you can do is you could cut this twice, you could cut it out of gold, keep these middle bits and then put them in this green bit. It's called a paper piecing. Oh, here's another one. Or you could keep these green bits and then pop them in the darker green one. So you can do some paper piecing, which is kind of fun. Gives you a different look. Okay, so I'm going to put this across like this. So I'm going to start to build my card to get an idea of what I'm doing. Now, I wanted to put a circle on here, so I have to figure out the right size. And I will maybe do the scallop. So let's figure out the size of the scallop. Oh, that's perfect right there. So I've marked that as pink, and so this will be the matching one to go on the inside. Okay. So I'm going to cut I need a piece of white. Here we go. So I'm going to cut. Now, I'm not sure what I'm going to do on here. I thought I would do a greeting, maybe sending hugs. And then I thought I would fill it in with some of these beautiful leaf stamps. These are beautiful. I love this one because it's got the little dots on it. Very sweet. Okay. So let's design it here first. Okay, so I need to pull out my inks. Here are the two inks. We also have ribbon in these colors. And in the spring catalog, there's another beautiful ribbon coming out. I think it's about 1 inch wide, and it's this satin, soft succulent satin. And what I recently learned is that if you have satin ribbon, you can emboss it, which is really cool. Okay, so we'll do this in the dark green. Okay, sending hugs. Then I'm going to take the soft succulent. Love these colors. Okay, and now I'm just going to fill in some of these leaves. Maybe I'll pull in another one. Let's pull this one in. Just kind of wrapping these images around the greeting. I think that's good. Okay, and then I'm going to cut this out. So look at that. Is that pretty? I'm going to do this dark glimmer. How about that? Let's do something a bit different. Does that shimmer show on camera? Can you see the shimmer in that? It's really pretty. All right, so we're going to stick this on top of here. You're going to have just a tiny bit of shimmer poking out on there. Okay, so let's put a little bit of glue on here. I like to use Tombow glue when I'm doing these circles because then you can pick it up and you can move it around if you need to adjust it a bit. You want to make sure you've got your scallops showing evenly. Okay, let's set that aside to dry. And let's pull in, here's our sketch. Let's pull in our card. So I think I can safely, what else do I need? Is there anything else I need? Don't think so. So let's glue on this piece to the base. This is a nice, simple design. Sometimes it's really nice to have a simple layout to work with. Well, let's make sure my card is oriented the right way. Who else has joined us this morning? Lena is here. Good morning. All right, so we're going to put this on now. Now, you could center this. You could put it closer to the top. This is kind of closer to the top than at the bottom. So you could put a greeting towards the bottom if you wanted to. Let's place this on here like this. I have a better setup now. I'm actually using my laptop instead of my iPad, and so when your comments come in, I see them right away. It's just great. It's way better. I don't have to reach over and keep swiping the screen all the time. Okay, and now I'm going to put this on here like that. And then I'm going to put my sending hugs on top of that, like that. Now what would be really pretty is to pull in those little leaves in the gold. So maybe I will cut out a bit of the gold. So you can notice I've already been cutting out quite a few little leaves out of here. And so I might as well cut a full, see I've already cut one here. I'm going to cut a full length one. Because then I can use it on another project. So let me cut this out. There we go. So now what I can do what I was talking about before. I'm going to poke out these bits. This will be a little bit fiddly to do, but I think it will be worth it. All right, so we're going to glue this on. Like so. Okay, now I'm going to grab my tweezers. Okay, now the hard part is just finding out where these pieces go. I think this one goes right here. Okay, so I'm going to just stick a little bit of glue in the hole. And then stick these pieces inside. Like that. Carol, you're working with red cardstock with a shimmer. Oh, good. Can't wait to see your card. Okay, and then this is a tiny one. This probably goes over here. No, it's got a bit of a square on the top. Oh, it goes right there. How fun is it trying to figure out where they go? Let's stick that one in like that. I think this gives it kind of an interesting look, don't you think? Okay, and this one goes in here. And then one more. You definitely need tweezers, I think, for this. So what do you think? That kind of adds a little something, something, doesn't it? All right, next thing is to do our central greeting. And I think I'm going to pop this up on some dimensionals just to give it some height. Now I've got some of these to use up. I think I'm going to put 2 more on here just to keep it balanced on the card. You definitely want to use up all of the edges on your dimensional sheets so that you don't waste any. Okay, so sending hugs. Put that centered. in there. So I chose to do my greeting on here, but you could make this your focal point with more flowers, let's say, or you could cut out some of the other flowers and make something on top, and then you could put the greeting at the bottom instead. Okay, so you could do that sort of thing. Okay, and then the last thing I might want to add are just a few little gold embellishments. So let me grab my embellishment box. These are the gems that come with this suite. I mean, you don't have to buy them, but I'm telling you, they are absolutely stunning. We've got these beautiful petal-shaped ones. They're kind of an iridescent, and they've got both the light green and the darker green in there. And then these don't show up on camera very well, but these have got some touches of red in there. So you could easily bring in, say, cherry cobbler into your designs. I don't know, the camera picks it up, but see, they've got red in there. They're just stunning. Other options are, we have these beautiful metallic pearls. They come in gold and silver. This is a brand new pack I just got because I've run out of the gold ones. Then we have these gems called Genial Gems, and these come in a green and a gold. This is kind of a soft succulent color. So you could use those. We have our in colors. So same as those glimmer papers or shimmer papers, these come in all 5 of those in colors. So see, there are the dark green and the light green on there. So I might just do some of these on here. So I actually might just do, let me think, I might just do 3, just to do something down here. Might do 3 larger ones right here. Like that. And I like to grab a pencil and just push them down. There we go. So there's your card sketch for today, ladies. That was not a very fussy one, so we got that done in a good time. Okay, so if you wanted to do the insert, I've got a piece here, so you could do any number of things. On the inside, you could take some of this designer series paper and create a border, and then you could stamp some of those leaves again. So let me just find, see, I actually have a little strip here that was cut off from that other one, so I could add this little strip here, and then I could stamp some of these leaves on here. So let me think. We could, I'm going to stamp first, and then I'm going to add this. I'm going to use this leaf here on the, let's see, where's my dark green gone? Here it is. Now I'm going to clean this. You see how sometimes you get ink on the edges, and you don't want that to go on your paper. So it's really important you just tap lightly on our ink pads, especially the red rubber. You have to be careful with those edges. So I think I will do this one as well. And let's add one more in here. Okay, so I've got this little border here. And I will do the same thing on my envelope, but I won't add the paper. I don't know how well that would go through the mail. And then I'm just going to add this along the bottom here. So, where's my silicone mat? Here we go. And I'll just use a bit of Tombow. So as you probably know by now, I'm a big fan of decorating the inside of your cards as well. There we go. And then we can stick this inside the card. And then we are done. I have an envelope here. Maybe I'll do the envelope too. I like getting it all done at once. If I don't finish it, then it gets set aside and I move on to other projects. And then I have a whole bunch of stuff to finish. And it's nice to finish it while I have all of the supplies out. Makes sense, doesn't it? The embellishments really top it off. Yes, thank you. Yeah, sometimes Facebook is really good and other times not so good. Now, oh, I need a scrap piece of paper. I don't want to get ink on my... Yesterday I got ink on my silicone mat and then it transferred over to another project. So that was not good. You want to rotate your stamps as well, just so that you get a varying pattern. I keep picking up these little green bits here on my blocks. Okay, so there we have. Have a great day, Lena. Thanks for joining in this morning. Okay, so there is your card. There's the sketch. You see how different you can make it? And there's your card and your inside of your card. I'm quite pleased with the way that turned out. Now, I was going to pull in some of these other cards that I made with this collection. And I also made a little treat bag. These are for, this little treat bag is for Ghirardelli chocolates. So look at that, isn't that cute? And there's one of the ribbons. That's the Evening Evergreen ribbon. It's just a beautiful ribbon. And then I just added a little embellishment on the front. So there's your little box. Okay, and then here's some of the cards that I made. So this is where I stamped that main focal image, and then I did the wreath. I added a few of the other little leaves that you can do, and there's the little red and green gems on there. And I did this in gold embossing. And then I did this one. This has an embossed white piece in the back. Again, I did the wreath. And the cool thing about the wreaths is that when you cut it, you end up with a centerpiece. So I cut one in the dark green and one in the light green, and then I swapped out the center piece. And then these are the leaves in gold, more gold embossing with some stamping on the label and some gold ribbon. Okay, here's another example of the other wreath where again, I cut it out of the gold shimmer paper and then out of the green and then swapped out the centers. And then here's that border piece along the top with some ribbon wrapped around it. And there's those little gold pearls. Then I made this one. So on this one, I stamped that large flower on two sides of the card. Then I put a strip of designer series paper down the middle, cut out some leaves. Here's that same label piece in gold and more gold embossing. These, all of these, this one and this one, these are from our Stitched Rectangles dies. It's a large set of dies. Okay, so there's that one. And I'm saving what I think are the best for the last. This one. So here is what I was telling you earlier. This is that tissue paper. So what I did was I crinkled it up, then I opened it up, and I just ripped off some edges to give it kind of a vintage look. And then I just put a bit of glue on the back, just dots of glue, this Tombow glue. I put dots of glue on the back, and then I smushed it down onto the paper. But I first stamped the background with those leaves. You see them in the background. Then I added a strip that's ripped. I love ripping paper. It gives you that antiqued. Here's another one of our other ribbons. It's a gold burlappy ribbon. And the flowers, I did one in gold. I embossed it in gold, and I did one in the green. I really, really like this card. I should pull it down a bit so you can see it. Okay, there's that one. And then the last one is a fun fold. I've made this card before. I'm sure I have a video on my YouTube channel. It's an accordion fold. So it has this belly band. So there's a scallop circle in gold. There are the gems. And then this is the card. You pull it out like this. So this is where you get to show off the designer series papers. Yeah, so I've been having so much fun with this set. There's so much you can do. And I have to tell you that with all of these card sketches, hopefully you've been collecting them, then you can just pull out a suite and just make, you know, 5 or 6 layouts. And you're not struggling to come up with a design. So there you go. And I did all the insides and all the envelopes. Very happy with the way that turned out. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day.